Let's slow this down for a moment because what we're talking about today isn't about tricks, tactics, or trying to impress anyone. It's about communication that actually lands, the kind that feels calm, grounded, and real. Especially as you get older, attraction stops being about trying harder and starts being about showing up differently. A lot of men believe that attraction is built through money, looks, or saying the right clever thing at the right time. But when you look closely at real connections that last, you notice something else at work. There's a quiet emotional signal being sent, one that doesn't shout, doesn't chase, and doesn't beg. It simply communicates clarity and presence. Over years of observing how men and women interact, one pattern shows up again and again. The men who naturally draw women in are not always the most confident on the surface, and they're definitely not perfect. What they have is emotional direction. They know how to express what they feel without dumping pressure or confusion into the interaction. Most conversations fail not because of what's said, but because of how uncertain and indirect they are. A man hesitates, softens his words too much, or hides behind vague language. He hopes she'll decide for him so he doesn't have to risk rejection. And while that might feel safer in the moment, it quietly erodes attraction. The human brain, especially when it comes to emotional bonding, responds strongly to clarity. When someone speaks from a place of grounded intention, it creates a sense of safety. Not control, not dominance, but direction. And direction is deeply calming to the nervous system. This is where a very simple shift in language begins to matter, not because the words themselves are magical, but because of what they signal emotionally. When a man communicates from a place of ownership over his choices, his body relaxes, his voice steadies, and the interaction feels more contained. That containment is what allows attraction to grow without anxiety. There's a difference between asking for approval and expressing intent. Approval seeking creates tension, intent creates structure. And structure is what allows two people to relax into the moment instead of negotiating every step. Think about how different it feels to hear someone speak clearly versus someone circling around what they mean. One feels grounding, the other feels tiring. Over time, people are naturally drawn toward what feels emotionally efficient and away from what feels heavy or confusing. This isn't about forcing anything or pushing past boundaries. It's about being honest with yourself first, then letting that honesty come through your words. When communication comes from that place, it doesn't feel rehearsed. It feels calm, and calm is surprisingly attractive. As we move forward, keep this in mind. Attraction isn't built by saying more. It's built by saying less, but meaning it fully. In the next part, we'll look at the first key shift in language that helps create this sense of emotional direction and why it works so deeply on a psychological level. Now let's talk about the first verbal shift that changes the entire emotional dynamic of an interaction. It's not dramatic and it's not loud, but it's powerful because it comes from self-trust. This shift happens when a man begins to speak from ownership instead of uncertainty. When someone clearly expresses what they want, something subtle happens in the nervous system of the person listening. The brain relaxes because it no longer has to guess. Guessing creates stress. Clarity reduces it. From a psychological perspective, this is important because attraction grows more easily in a relaxed emotional state. When a man says what he wants calmly and directly, he is signaling that he can handle the outcome, whatever it may be. That signal is more important than the words themselves. It tells the other person, you don't have to manage my emotions for me. And that removes a hidden burden many women feel in early interactions. This isn't about demanding or insisting, it's about stating intention without apology. There is a big difference between pressure and presence. Pressure feels tight, presence feels open. One pushes forward, the other stands still and lets the moment respond. For example, there is a huge emotional gap between saying something hesitantly and saying it with grounded certainty. When language is indirect, it often carries an unspoken message of fear. Fear of rejection, fear of being seen, fear of wanting too much. The body hears that fear even when the words sound polite. On the other hand, clear intention feels emotionally clean. It doesn't trap the other person. It simply invites them. And invitations feel good because they preserve choice. From a brain health perspective, this matters because emotional ambiguity activates stress responses. The brain starts scanning for risk. Clear communication lowers that response and allows emotional curiosity to replace caution. This is where timing becomes important. Expressing desire too early or without emotional context can feel empty. but expressing it after a moment of genuine connection feels grounding. It lands because it matches the emotional reality of the interaction. The deeper reason this works is tied to something called emotional responsibility. When you take responsibility for what you want, you stop outsourcing your confidence. You're no longer waiting for permission to exist in the interaction. That self-containment is felt immediately. Many men don't realize that attraction often fades not because of a lack of interest, but because of emotional diffusion. The interaction feels scattered, nothing is anchored. Clear intention acts like an anchor, it gives the moment weight, but there's an important balance here. Intention without emotional awareness can feel self-centered. That's why clarity alone is not enough. In the next part, we'll explore the second shift that completes the picture and why combining intention with genuine appreciation creates a deep emotional imprint that lasts far longer than attraction based on surface-level traits. Now we arrive at the second shift, and this is the one that transforms clarity into connection. Without it, intention can feel flat or even self-focused. With it, intention becomes emotionally resonant. This shift is about appreciation, but not in the superficial sense most people think of. Real appreciation is not flattery. Flattery tries to get something. Appreciation gives something. The brain can tell the difference instantly. When appreciation is genuine, it activates areas associated with safety, bonding, and emotional memory. This is why certain interactions stay with us long after they end, while others fade almost immediately. From a psychological and nervous system perspective, being appreciated for who you are, not just how you look, regulates emotional stress. It tells the brain, I am seen, I am understood, I am valued. That message is deeply soothing, especially in a world where most interactions feel rushed or transactional. When appreciation is paired with clear intention, something powerful happens. Desire no longer feels consuming or needy, it feels chosen. And being chosen is very different from being needed. Need creates pressure. Choice creates warmth. This is also where integrity comes in. Appreciation only works when it's aligned with your tone, posture, and presence. The body is always speaking. If your words say one thing but your body says another, the nervous system notices the mismatch. That mismatch creates distrust, even if the listener can't explain why. Congruence is simply alignment, your words, voice, and body all telling the same story. When you speak slowly, maintain eye contact naturally, and allow space after your words. Sincerity has room to breathe, rushing kills depth. Stillness creates it, timing matters here as well. Appreciation has the greatest impact when it's offered at moments of emotional openness. At the close of a meaningful conversation, after shared laughter, when there has already been presence used sparingly and honestly, it creates what psychologists call an emotional anchor. An emotional anchor is a memory linked to a feeling. When someone later thinks of you, they don't just remember what you said, they remember how they felt in your presence, calm, seen, valued, desired, without pressure. From a health and well-being perspective, this kind of interaction reduces emotional burnout. It creates cleaner endings to moments instead of unresolved tension. Clean emotional experiences are easier for the brain to process and store positively. The goal here is not perfection, it's authenticity with direction. You don't need to say everything right, you only need to be real and responsible for your inner state. When you are grounded in yourself, your communication naturally becomes clearer and warmer. As you use these shifts, remember that attraction is not something you force. It's something you allow by removing confusion. Speak with intention. Appreciate with sincerity. Stay aligned in your body and tone. And trust that being real, calm, and present is more than enough. That's where connection begins.